Hello there, today we have Transformers Prime Megatron. So here's just a little spin view of his alt mode. And since he's a jet, here's a top-down view. And technically you need these two bits of weapon storage to have the cannon on top. And you don't want the cannon to be there. Here's what it looks like without the cannon. And as you can see, yeah, it doesn't look very good. Here he is next to basically half. It's kind of like Core Class but smaller. It's called Cyberverse, but there's a show called Cyberverse, and that's confusing. I'm just gonna call them Core Class Transformers Prime characters. I'll just call them Cyberverse Transformers Prime characters. So here he is next to Megatron, and here is a minifigure for scale. And surprisingly enough, I didn't really need to take any pieces off of Optimus, so here we are with this comparison. And here they are facing each other. You're actually going to take this isn't all one piece. You're going to take the cannon off, and then you want to rotate this section up, and here you have the Dark Star Saber. You might be wondering where the just normal Star Saber is. I've honestly forgot to give it to Optimus, and rotate these sections around, rotate that up. Just gonna take these sections off. They're actually tabbed in. Just don't want to break it, even though it's pretty stable, other than these arm parts, which might fall apart when I'm transforming it. But here we go. Arms come off, and we're just gonna rotate this all the way up like that. Fold these up just for clearance while we. Ball joints are really stiff. Rotate his legs down. Like all the way down. Rotate this section down. Rotate around. And we're just going to leave this like this, but one more thing. Rotate. Shift that down, rotate this back, around, and down. And this section needs to shift forward. To accommodate for this, and that kind of creates the heel spur. Same process on this side. And like I said, that creates the heels, but that's actually too low, so you're actually just going to leave that section up. And that will create his legs. Now for the arm sections, just fold his legs back like that on this hinge so you can actually see the arms. Rotate this down. Then, yeah, as you can see, it's only connected by one tab, so put that back in real quick. And then this, rotate it down, up, rotate the elbow down, then around. That creates his arm. This, just rotate that section up for better effect in robot mode. And I'll just do this other side off camera. Alright, we've got the arms done, and it should look something like this. Just gonna rotate the legs back down. As you can see, the body is starting to form. This is where you take this ball joint, fold it all the way forward so his head comes into place, and then rotate his chest piece down. And to that, you might say, yeah, it looks kind of fat. Here's the real marvel of engineering. Just rotates on a stud. That looks much better, but in order to be in scale with Optimus, rotate his legs. Rotate his legs back, then rotate this section up one last time to make him like a little bit shorter, but he's also in scale with Prime. And there you go. That is Megatron in his robot mode, and I think I did a very good job, except he may be lacking a stomach, but that's just kind of due to how his legs are have to be built, and I wanted him to be in scale with Optimus, so that's just kind of a necessity. But I don't think it takes away from his look. I think he looks pretty good. And there you go. And just like Optimus Prime, he has 4 accessories. The other 2 I'm not going to show right now. I'll show it later in the video, so just wait for that. And here he is with his Star Saber, Dark Star Saber, and his cannon. I want a clean look with him without his cannon. Here's Optimus and Megatron next to each other because they have to be seen next to each other. Here they are facing each other because why not? And here's an actual head scale side by side, and Megatron is 2 studs taller than him. That's pretty good. Here's Megatron next to some figures, including a core class figure. And I guess I can consider Megatron a core class figure. Hooray! I also still happen to have this Shockwave Cyberverse figure, even from my my Transformers Annex Worlds video movie thing. Don't watch it, it's bad. By the way, these 2 are in the same line. There's just Legion class, and that's Commander class. Back in the day, this was Commander class. It's kind of confusing. And doing a head-to-head scale, he's kind of a he's just off by like 2 centimeters. And since we're here, why not do this comparison? So if you're wondering, Commander class figures from the Transformers Prime lines are about the same size as core class figures. So that's a good thing to know. If you want to buy some figures that aren't in the core class line yet, like Ultra Magnus, Cliff Jumper, and Smokescreen. No, wait, Smokescreen. He's a like the Wheeljack Legion class scale. Whatever. And him next to his model. That is very nice. And since I promised you a look at his accessories, here are his accessories. You might be wondering what this thing is, and this thing is. Some of you might know this if you're die-hard Transformers Prime fans, but at one point in the show, he loses his arm somehow. And he gets a new red arm like this. And he doesn't have his cannon with it. So let's just take that off. Plug that in. And there you go. And it looks a little bit skinny because it doesn't have the side bit right here. But whatever. And he also uses this arm to hold the Star Saber in the show. When he has this this red and yellow arm. It's like a knockout arm. You can swipey. Except the sword is backwards, but that looks ugly. So you're doing it like this. Of course, I didn't do a double-sided sword. I didn't put, purple pieces on here because I thought it would look like too thick for a sword. I like to keep my swords like at the end 1 stud wide. So, yeah. Swipey once more. And for this last accessory, it's his little cannon arm. This cannon. Okay, what am I talking about? It's his little cannon sword that he uses sometimes in the show. See, he has his little cannon arm. He's a little cannon arm. A cannon? It's a cannon sword. Okay, it's a cannon sword. It's a cannon event. It's a cannon sword. Okay. And those are all of his accessories. And if you're wondering, yes, Megatron's cannon can go on the other side. That's just looking a bit weird. I don't like that. So we're just going to leave it how it's supposed to be. And then I think the last thing we need to do is articulation. This just has the basic double-sided elbow. It's not double-jointed elbow, it's a double-sided elbow. This flop back and forth. This doesn't really have articulation. Can't really even move when it's deployed. But alright, let's start with his head. Head can actually do an entire 360. That's pretty cool. His arms go that high, or shoulders, and his shoulders go that low. Yeah, there we go. And shoulders also doing an entire 360 like that. Bicep swivel, double-sided elbow, and no wrist rotation. Let's see. His legs can... He doesn't have an ab crunch like Optimus, which is sad. Kick that high up, and that... Ooh, no. And he has a 90-degree elbow bend. There goes his little leg kibble. His little design-accurate leg kibble. And his foot can pivot down. It can rock side to side, kind of, if you want like an ankle pivot. It's not going to work really well, though. So, yeah, that's... And his legs kick out and back that far. I guess he kind of has a waist rotation. Oh, this figure's falling apart. This guy's not good at withstanding his articulation. It's kind of a waist swivel. It's very restricted though. And he can rotate his legs like that. 360. Woohoo! That is tight. Okay. And I guess you could... There's a backwards ab crunch, I guess you would call it. Goes about this far back. We're just not gonna mention that or even speak of it ever again. Okay. I guess that's the Transformers Prime Megatron. Next you'll see Bumblebee, and sadly I need Optimus Prime's wheels. So Optimus will be gone, sadly. And yeah, I don't know why I'm making you face his back, but yeah, I think he's a pretty good figure. I think he has more articulation than Optimus, but I don't know. Maybe this ab crunch maybe just does it all. But yeah, that's it.